Britain's parliament has seized major Facebook documents the company has tried to keep private. The files involve a lawsuit against Facebook over privacy and data controls, and they also include emails between CEO Mark Zuckerberg and other top executives. A California court has sealed the documents, but the UK is demanding answers and could release them to the public. CBS News investigative reporter Graham Cates has been covering the story, and he joins us now. So, Graham, first off, give us the significance. Tell us about these documents, what we think is in them, and why it's so significant that the UK may release them.
Sure. So we don't know exactly what's in them, but we know what a member of parliament said in seizing the documents. He wrote in a letter to the developer of an app who had the documents, "We believe they contain information that is highly relevant to our ongoing investigation into disinformation and fake news." He said they're interested into whether there are insights about what senior executives at Facebook knew about concerns relating to Facebook's user data privacy and developers' access to that data.
Yeah, that's always the question, right? How much did Mark Zuckerberg and other high-level Facebook executives know? So there's going to be a top executive is going to be facing lawmakers in the UK. In the UK tomorrow, is it?
Yes.
What do we expect to hear from that person?
His name is Richard Allen. He's the VP of Policy Solutions at Facebook. He's kind of one of their biggest executives in Europe, although the lawmakers wanted to hear from Mark Zuckerberg himself. And it's 7 countries that have sent lawmakers to gather in London to grill Facebook, basically because they all have their own investigations into disinformation. And they said, if we all get together, maybe you can send one of your top guys to talk to us. And he acknowledged yesterday that now he expects to be questioned about these documents, but he cautioned Parliament and said, you know, in the U.S. these documents are sealed. I realize that U.S. courts don't have say over Parliament, but it's kind of a tight situation for me.
No Mark Zuckerberg, though. I'm sure representatives from all 7 of those countries would have preferred to talk to Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah, throughout the last month, they kept inviting Mark Zuckerberg over and over and adding more countries. This started out as just the UK and Canada, who had both kind of been rebuffed before. And then by now it's 7 countries. It's the UK, Canada, Argentina, Brazil, Latvia, Singapore, and Ireland. Yeah. And they thought, there's 7 countries. This is a huge population we represent. Maybe you could send one of the top people, but they're getting a vice president. And they seem not happy about it.
Yeah, I bet. Is Facebook explaining itself or responding in any way?
Facebook has said pretty repeatedly, we can't send Mark Zuckerberg to every legislature that wants to question him.
Well, he just has to go to one.
Yeah, they said he went to Congress, he went to the European Union Parliament at one point, kind of briefly, but there are legislatures around the world that have their own investigations, and Facebook said we can't send him to everyone.
So it's been sort of hit after hit after hit for Facebook. How does this factor into the grand narrative of Facebook, how it's handling privacy, what it's doing about fake news, and campaigns of influence? How does this factor into the big, broad story?
What we know is that Facebook has fought really hard to keep these documents private. It was kind of a small case in California, but they've expended big resources and fought for months to keep this all internal. And so we don't know exactly what's in the documents, but we know that Facebook is saying we can't have this out there.
Oh, this is very curious. Graham Cates, thank you so much.
Thank you.